we are super thrilled to announce our partnership with the upcoming film In Search of Tomorrow, the definitive 80s sci-fi documentary.
From the producers of In Search of the Last Action Hero and the 80s horror doc In Search of Darkness, the fundraising only has a couple weeks left to go, so do your part in supporting this epic new documentary, which will be a 4-hour-plus retrospective of science fiction films of the 1980s, featuring interviews with the actors, directors, writers, and effects artists who all helped make these the films we grew up on. Click the link in the description for more information and enjoy this clip.
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
Shall we play a game?
It's time to start running!
Liskin,
call me Snake.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear.
He say you Blade Runner.
tell him I'm eating.
We've had a lot of fun lately with virus movies, but why do a series of episodes from a war room if you're not also going to spotlight post-apocalyptic action movies? I think it's time for another supersized episode of the Cinema Snob. What have we got lined up today?
Bluff meets counter bluff, and the game gets real.
What? No World War III! Too dark, too scary! Ah, perfect, the Revelation Road Trilogy, the series of movies where you think to yourself, Grandma might like Mad Max, but I better play it safe and get her the Pure Flix version. In this series that shows what happened moments after David A.R. White said, "Hey Scotty, Jesus man," he took his fist and beat the living hell out of Scotty. The first in the trilogy is the 2013 film Revelation Road, The Beginning of the End. Oh yeah, great title. We are nowhere near the end. I am currently the furthest I could possibly be from the end of this series. David A.R. White stars as Josh, a traveling salesman who gets caught up in a war with bikers and a hell of a lot of after effects. Sure, Mad Max has George Miller, but this trilogy has director Gabriel Sabloff. And if you want the Pure Flix version of Mad Max, you're going to need the director of the Pure Flix version of K9. The trilogy's co-writer is Shaun Paul Murphy. He gave us the Christian movie version of both Kingpin and Orgasmo in one movie. Plus, how about Brother White? Good God, the David A.R. White rabbit hole is the best rabbit hole. I can't lie to you folks, I haven't even started watching Revelation Road yet, but I have complete confidence that nothing will make me regret watching Revelation Road.
The end of the age. Some men fear it as a time of destruction.
Aw man, is this movie gonna get all religious? This is where we get to play religious movie or heavy metal music video. This voiceover's familiar.
This revelation has been rejected, diluted.
I got it, it's Liam Neeson in Clash of the Titans. This is looking like the most end times political ad that I've ever seen. Okay, fine. I'll vote for Damien Thorne, you convinced me. Right away we meet our villains, the Sons of Anarchy. This'll teach you to pull us over for not obeying helmet laws. These guys are scary dubbed.
So you're the worthless creature they sent to take me down?
You must be the Evening Rider. What? They're letting him go? I'm telling my captain on you. You guys are all in so much trouble. But uh-oh, they don't like a tattletale. Because it's a fighting game now. This is gonna get graphic. And you thought there was gonna be a lot of blood. This is a Pure Flix movie. You wanna see blood, you're gonna have to watch their abortion movie. David A.R. White is Josh Soft Rockatansky, just killing some time on his business trip.
If you tell me I should go tonight.
There's never any good radio stations in the desert. He drives one of those cars that says, this is definitely gonna turn post-apocalyptic or revengey. Like if Stuntman Mike drove the speed limit and safely brought his passengers to their destination. Whoa, be careful there, Josh. There's a special effects storm coming in. Josh is the kind of lead who's obsessed with work shit and has no time for family shit. He'll learn his lesson in the end.
I've been having these really bad dreams lately, and I get yanked far away from you, and I know that I'll never see you again, and...
Honey, you know your foreshadowing is what made me fall in love with you, and being over-the-top religious.
I know it's not your thing, but, will you pray with me?
When you're too religious, even for David A.R. White. Unfortunately, he's bumped into by random action movie edits for no reason. We don't take kindly to religious character arcs around here.
Okay, look, guys, I don't want any trouble. Why don't we just exchange information? We can call the police.
God, this is like watching Trey Parker versus the Hells Angels, complete with secret badass angles. God's not dead, but you are, asshole. At least they finally decided to obey helmet laws with their children's army hats. I bet there's a big fight scene here, and by that I mean they just simply laugh maniacally and go away. Huh, well that was weird. Oh, and what does he sell, by the way? Bulletproof vests! Ray Wise is Frank, the gun shop owner, and he's not going to be laughing when he faces RoboCop and he isn't wearing one of these vests. Frank's a religious man, and by that I mean he's a movie religious man, which means that's all he ever talks about, and he comes equipped with intrusive questions.
All right, first question. Are you a family man?
Well, he did produce a knockoff of Family Man. Does that count?
You believe in God?
That's a look that says, this isn't worth the sale. What's your last question?
What would you put your trust in to save your family? This vest or God?
The vest! If he trusts in God to protect him that much, why does he sell guns to begin with? His granddaughter mentions that he does the 3 questions thing a lot, which makes me think he also does that to Girl Scouts selling cookies. But the gang is here to cause more trouble. Something tells me this is just Josh's plan to get him to definitely buy a vest. Quick, get in there so the editor can quit flashing this light in our face. Come on, kick their ass! Yes, do it! Beat the shit out of the biker! I paid to see David A.R. White ass-kicking action, goddammit! Now I believe that the rapture has happened, because I am in heaven. It's about time we had a Pure Flix movie that isn't afraid to shoot you stylistically in the freaking head. He's got to get out of this gas station so he can get to his next stop, selling vests to the titty twister. You may think this is overkill to rob this gun shop, but these geniuses are dumb enough to rob the one place where it's guaranteed the owner will have a gun. Josh doesn't know what came over himself. He made a terrible mistake. He could have put way more bullets in their heads. And the twist is Brian Bosworth was the villain the whole time? Oh no, the evening writer is dead, so now the toe filer is swearing vengeance against jaded Josh. Hey, even the cops are surprised by this.
You took down these 3 guys, all of them armed. In what was that, less than 20 seconds?
I mean, you're that kid from Evening Shade. I would have thought Burt Reynolds would be the one to stop this gang. And remember, Frank is religious.
It's a miracle we're still alive. Bless you, son. Bless you.
You can't fool me. You're the satanic leader of the ACLU. Nice try. Anyway, looks like the editor hit the earthquake button in Pinnacle 12 again. Let's let this pass. And like I said, Frank is religious.
Then it's settled. Noon, we eat.
and give thanks.
Is it Thanksgiving now? These fools don't realize how dangerous Bosworth is. His name is Hogg, spelled H-A-W-G. That's how you know he's badass. Andrea Logan White, though, plays Kat, spelled regularly. She's David A.R. White's wife in real life, which means he's cheating on his movie wife. There's other names here like Junkyard and Onion Head. That sounds like they're also members of Fat Albert's gang. Everyone's stressed out here because the movie keeps having an aneurysm. Anyway, there's Eric Roberts still being too good for 98% of the movies he's in. But at least this one actually gives him a little something to do, in that the time I finish this sentence, he'll be in this movie longer than he was in The Reliant. The police need Josh to stick around for a few more days, and we don't really have an action scene now, so let's just flash back to the one you just saw. After all, as he says to his wife, he's programmed to kill.
There's some things about me that I haven't told you, things that I thought I could contain.
That's what a serial killer says! Anyway, we almost died and saw people murdered in front of our eyes, but hey, Sunday dinner! Doesn't take long for this to get weird. The hell? This is the first dinner scene in a religious movie where the most awkward thing isn't the dialogue, but the editing. I'll say this, the movie is well cast. Bosworth and Sting are convincing as bikers. Ray Wise is believable as a gun shop owner. Same with White as a salesman with an inner Patrick Bateman. And Andrea Logan White has a good crazy biker chick look going on. Sorry, I'm just killing time here because Josh finally has an answer to the 3 questions.
Frank, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I choose the vest.
I mean, I was just shot at, so yeah, I choose the vest. Honestly, you can choose both. You can wear a vest and also pray that you don't get shot in the head. It's getting late though, let's get back to the hotel action movie style. He's just driving. Quit editing like this when nothing is happening. It even gets effectsy when he's checking in.
Is that normal?
Yes, that's normal. At least it does make a day for night shot go along stylistically with how everything else is edited, right down to cutting to shots that actually do appear to be filmed at night. $10 says they thought they were getting the other Sting because they wanted to make this a biker version of Fade Routha. You know, if Josh just stays in his hotel room for a few days, this biker gang may just destroy themselves. They are swearing revenge for the killing of Knight Rider 2010. Sure, we've had plenty of opportunity to do so before, but we're a very procrastinating gang. They're tough though. Witness another unnecessary edit in the middle of a single line.
Barbarians, mount up!
And with that, it's time to take a commercial break. We're back just in time. Josh is about to punch the manager for lying about the hotel having free HBO. There's gotta be something to do. The rooms don't go up to 237, so maybe there's something weird going on in here. Ah, perfect. It's a lady who's being beaten by her boyfriend. But it's important that we cut away from that so we can find out that Frank is religious.
Thank you, Lord, for your mercies. You saved me again today.
How many times has someone tried murdering you? And it looks like he's about to be shot at again. Maybe fate is saying you got some skeletons in your closet. Even if you're taking time out to read the Bible for the 5th time today. Even Josh is reading the Bible. Though this is a Marriott, so it's the Book of Mormon. And it came to pass that the neighbor does need some help. Josh is the perfect person to go to in a time of crisis.
I was a different person once. I did a lot of terrible things, but I changed.
Now he just kills bikers. He also spreads so much gossip. Did you know Frank is having an affair with Sheriff Eric Roberts' wife? But evil boyfriend comes back, I think. The movie won't stop blinking. Just fight already. Boys, take your slap fight outside. You're gonna break the TV and that'll be added to the bill. It's another instance of the gang could kill him now, but let's not. Let's watch him weirdly choke a dude. Will you stop strangling our sound editor? Anyway, they randomly have a daughter who was out wandering alone, I guess. Oh, maybe I went too far in kicking this guy's ass.
I thought I'd changed, but I haven't changed. You said no force on earth can change a person.
Sure, talk about your problems to a woman going through domestic abuse. Well, hope your thing works out. I got a biker gang that's still after me and is probably gonna kill me.
Seems like we're always searching for more.
Never mind, he's not gonna kill him yet. He's just gonna give him change for the machine. The hell is with this gang? And why do movies always try to make bikers deep?
Where'd all the heroes go? What happened to the Titans?
Where is my John Wayne? Where is my prairie song? Damn, Hogg is pissed. This is just Bosworth furious that of all the virus movies I did last month, I did not spotlight the Bosworth virus movie. I'm dead. But hey, let's let him go for no reason other than they're gonna go after Frank now, I guess.
Ugh. Do I need to leave the room?
Yes, they're gonna raw dog it on the table, hard. Thank God, intruders. That was about to get weird. Aw, what do you need a shotgun for? You have the Lord. The intruders don't stand a chance.
Nothing.
Oh shit, the door exploded. And there's our hero, resorting to eating a dog turd from the machine because it'd be rude not to use Hogg's change, even if it does give him a wicked stomach ache.
He said, "Come unto me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest."
I knew this movie was gonna get all religious. Oh right, I forgot, he has a wife.
I'm Rachel. I do. Meet your baby, Natalie.
He really misses his robot wife. Too bad they were abducted by aliens. I guess this is what this means. Oh, never mind. They're resting safely at home. Thank God there's one person that notices that the bright flashes and mini earthquakes are not normal.
There was this robbery.
But whatever, obvious end times are going on. But let me tell you how I almost sold a vest to someone who is right now really wishing they had a vest. Even if Josh the vest seller may be a serial killer.
I killed them all. It was easy.
And it was then she realized, crap, I married Ted Bundy.
I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel anything.
I'm sure that during this trilogy it'll start to make sense why our hero is an obvious sociopath. Damn it, get up off your ass and save these two. They fear not death because Jesus has already saved their soul caliber. If you want to know where Josh is, he's still on the phone telling his wife about how he's really a veteran, which is an odd thing for his wife to not know about. 2 people are about to die because Josh had to make a phone call. Oh, never mind. They're saved by the Rapture! I respect this movie for having the ending that Red State should have had, even if this was cartoonishly foreshadowed, and it is taking our hero far too long to notice the end times. Whoa! How long was I on the phone? I guess it's morning. Time for the complimentary breakfast. These idiots are about to find out the hard way to not look directly into the stage light eclipse. I wonder who it is returning. I bet it's Randall Flagg.
It's him. Jesus.
Oops, my mistake. It's Jesus, bro! Oh, now they notice the effects that have been going on the entire movie. Good news is that Frank is a shoo-in to either be raptured or Killer Bob is taking over in a very obvious way. Now everyone who believed in the Lord has turned into a magic god orb that will float around the world and give bad political advice to PTSD firemen. I, for one, am surprised that it's the world's fireflies who are the ones being raptured, but God works in mysterious ways. Their butts light up for the Lord. And yes, just because you've been raptured doesn't mean you won't also empty your bowels before leaving. And if you're left behind, it also means that you can't skip out on your bills.
Hey! You didn't pay your bill! Get back here!
Great, we're left in a world of cheap deadbeats. If only Frank's granddaughter didn't ew at Frank and Grandma's sex, then she too would have gone to heaven instead of with this guy.
These bikers are crazy. They tried to kill me and my grandparents. Look, I don't have time to explain. We have to get out of here.
Be safe here.
Well, 20 seconds into the apocalypse, and it's already rapey. It's okay though, he's protecting her by making her invisible to the gang. Seriously. And why does she get a guardian angel? Sure, all the people left in the world, let's give extra protection to the girl addicted to her phone. This is the stranger, but I'm guessing he's Jesus, mainly because of how many times the actor has played Jesus. This is getting intense. It's the end of the world, but God forbid you leave this hotel. The manager is gonna shoot anyone who attempts to leave. Is this also gonna have the same twist as Identity or Vacancy? Oh man, I can't wait to see where this story goes from here! Oh, now I have to wait a full minute to find out what happens next in the Revelation Road series.
If you open up your heart to Jesus.
If you thought it was hard to wait mere minutes to talk about the sequel to Revelation Road, well, you don't know the horrors the fans of the series went through to see it. After all, the first film came out in 2013, and the second one came out in 2013. Yes, while the beginning of the end was a March release, Part 2 was given to us July 12th of that same year. As far as the story goes, it's pretty obvious how close this Rapture series is following the Mad Max model. Like in Mad Max, the first film shows a still functioning society, possibly on the brink of collapsing, but no matter, we got some bikers to square off against. In the second film, Josh has certainly become the road warrior. No, really, the IMDb plot summary calls him a warrior of the road. Explains this second movie's hardcore walk away from the gasoline action. And don't worry, folks, there's still another end times warning at the beginning of the film, this time looking like the most epic allergy commercial I've ever seen. I'm starting to think it was not a good idea to vote for Damien Thorne. And this isn't the same narrator as the first? Was the original narrator raptured?
In the final days there will be little hope or joy. But there will be choice.
So, the Revelation Road series is a pro-choice series? Well, that's an interesting note. Okay, there's still running water here, so this must be right before the Rapture. See? Those damn flash effects are still going on. This feels like a woman who is dying for the Rapture to happen.
You're gonna overcook that bird.
So that way her mother-in-law can finally get out of her hair. This is the home of Sheriff Eric Roberts. He's not going to heaven either, due to Halloween puppies being a affront to God. The sheriff has had a very cranky day.
It's been a big news day.
What happened?
Can I have a cup of coffee and relax a minute?
He needs his coffee at 10 o'clock at night before he tells you of the obvious extinction storm going on outside. Besides, his day is dinner conversation.
There was a robbery at Frank's place. I heard people were killed.
Really? Oh my gosh, is Frank okay?
How do you know that?
Yes, how did everyone find out about this gigantic shootout at the small town gun shop? It was such a quiet event. And I know it's been months since the first movie's release, but they got you covered in case you forgot.
Hey, this fella rolls into town. Salesman named Josh McManus. Normal guy, sort of guy you wouldn't think twice about.
He's summing up the first movie the way Joey Tribbiani sums up season finale cliffhangers on Friends. We find out there was no record of Josh existing 5 years prior, and I think we all know why.
There's some things about me that I haven't told you, things that I thought I could contain.
He murdered a lot of hookers. Anyway, that was great table conversation. You probably could have just summed up the first movie by showing this clip from The Simpsons Left Behind parody.
I wish you'd come to church with us, sweetheart.
Church? I'd rather play golf on the holiest day of the week.
Now that we're all caught up, either the Rapture is going on, or a semi-truck is gonna come barreling through the wall to take them on a convoy to heaven. I think we all know who's gonna get sucked into Adobe Premiere Pro. If you ask me, they should all be thrilled that she's gone. No more annoying mother-in-law. That's heaven's problem now. Oh right, guess we should intro the movie. We paid for these effects in the first film, and goddammit, we're gonna use them again. Welcome, brother, to Revelation Road, the Sea of Glass and Fire. The Sea of Glass and Fire is kind of like a song of fire and ice. Only it's not. Little did you know that this Mad Max ripoff is also like an X-Men spin-off. Because he's also Wolverine. On the plus side, the bikers are free to raid any abandoned shopping mall they want.
What do we do now, boss?
Flashback, clearly. We see Hogg pre-Boss Hogg days. He wants to open up a club and lead a good and decent life.
I want you to be my queen.
Oh, I bet nothing will happen to her. Andrea Logan White's cat character is still watching nearby. Hoo hoo hoo. I hope this goes full hand that rocks the cradle. It'd be funny if he becomes a hardcore biker simply because he lost the deposit on the wedding chapel.
Shoot him.
It was a really big deposit. Oh right, this guy's still trapping people in his hotel. Hey, you know what would fix this? Just pay the guy. They say they don't have any money, so I guess money was also taken to heaven. Did God cause the rapture just because he was a little short in a heaven restaurant? This resolves fast because Josh simply leaves. Makes sense. Despite being in a lot of bad movies, it's just too damn impossible to hate David A.R. White. He's too nice. Let's get on that road trip.
Hold on.
Who's that? Oh look, the gang is actually shooting at him for once instead of giving him change for the candy machine. The closed-off town lets them in because they're gonna need that car when they avenge Frank Castle's family, despite these hog threats.
That boy belongs to me.
Well, good to see professional wrestling still exists. So this lady's husband was raptured, she may have taken some hallucinogens, and Josh is starting to wish he took the hotel manager with him instead. These bikers' priorities are as strong as their toy helmets.
You got something to say?
Yes, we should all be stealing gasoline.
It's too much. It's just one guy.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad somebody is pointing out the same things I am. And quit distracting my points with flashbacks. When he said start a club, I guess he meant biker club. I legit thought he just wanted to open a nightclub in the desert. The rules are, any member who's able to pull this hammer from my ass can ride alongside me. Well, almost anyone.
Name's John Dean Carver. I hear y'all looking for some good men.
Sorry, the smug angels are next door. Now that that's over, they are duking it out to see who takes over as leader. Boys, boys, can't you see you're both in love with each other? Ow! Damn, killed by YouTube green screen blood spurts. Meanwhile, Josh drops off one sidekick and picks up another sidekick. Unfortunately, it's Beth, the phone girl.
Josh!
Oh, hey now.
I knew you'd be here. I knew you'd be all right.
We don't take kindly to teen crushes around these parts. The sheriff talks about his sister being raptured. This is full of twists. That wasn't a mother-in-law at all. She just acted like one for some reason. They talk about more exposition, but Josh is way too distracted.
Cities are bad. Riots, looting, a lot of bad stuff going on.
Josh!
I gotta go home.
He needs to get home and take his ADHD medication. Yeah, Roberts was only in one scene in the first movie, but again, the fact that he's even in the second one too shows they're using him way better than a majority of what I see him in. I'd rather him take Eric Roberts on the trip than the girl who thinks vest colors are so out.
Here. Put that on.
Ew, this is gross.
On second thought, don't give her a vest. This may be post-apocalyptic now, but I think Darwin's Law is still in effect. To make matters worse, they're still stuck with one radio station. I'll give it this, it's the first Pure Flix series I've seen without a punishing country music soundtrack. They're picking up all kinds of stuff on the side of the road. Here, maybe this car has some extra frame rates. We seem to be missing a few. Plus, it's got plenty more flashbacks. I bet this is when Kat starts a real cat fight over Bosworth. Actually, I'm way wrong because Kat is her daughter. She's your daughter? Okay, I just saw the Rapture happen where people turned into floating malt balls, and this is the most unbelievable thing about the movie. And that includes the action scenes where the road seems super dangerous.
Hold on!
Luckily for them, everyone's a terrible shot. Look, it's a long trip. The more flashbacks, the shorter the trip will seem.
Fear is impossible.
Ooh, he's thinking back to when he was Jason Bourne again. I guess that's better than listening to the End Times broadcast. They played that show even before the Rapture happened.
To your friends and to your neighbors, teach your children his ways.
Teach the children quietly, for someday sons and daughters will rise up and fight while we stood still. Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Huh?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted. I lose my train of thought for 1 second, and it really does turn into the Road Warrior. Not only is he not gonna walk away from the gasoline, but he's gonna destroy them with another flashback, of course. Who needs context for that? He was part of Project Ayatollah Assahola, and now he's part of Project I'm gonna shoot you in the chest. Well, that was a fun stop. Grab your Doritos and snacks and let's hit the road, Missy. Things will be fine here.
I'm a good man. I'm a good man. I'm a good man.
Well, that dude's definitely going to be wearing someone's face by the end of the day, and when we get back from a commercial break, I will unfortunately still be wearing my face. I guess we're back. I don't know. The movie is again starting to nod off, and I think that it might have pink eye. Don't fall asleep now. We gotta find out just why Josh has a trunk full of hookers.
Find the target. Kill the target. There is no fear. There is no mercy.
Who knew our secret to creating super soldiers lied in the back of a truck bed? I must say, I had no idea this was gonna go the direction of Kurt Russell's Soldier meets Obi-Wan Kenobi. These are the bullets you're looking for. I think this is Iraq? I don't know. I'm assuming this whole trilogy is just shot on the same square mile of desert. I guess I understand why he kept this part of his past a secret from his wife, but think of how many GoldenEye tournaments they could have won together. But every super soldier still has to have a badass nickname.
Codename Achilles.
Why not? He already has a heel. No one in this movie practices good communication, even Beth.
I met a man.
Elizabeth.
Oh right, I may have met Jesus at the end of the last movie. Did I not tell you that? It's one of my many annoying quirks.
I'm the normal one here. Raise your hand if the government didn't do weird experiments on your brain.
And then he shoots her, figuring, hey look, I've already been rejected for heaven, so why not? As for the guy who collects faces... he's getting a hammer in the ass. I could say that I totally care about the continued backstory with the bikers trying to find the rat on their team. So, okay, I totally care about these bikers looking for the rat on their team. I'm not telling the truth. So much for me going to heaven. These people are confusing.
You made a promise to me and God that we were done with this.
Then maybe you shouldn't have started this gang. This is like if Roma Downey from Touched by an Angel was for some reason part of Tony Soprano's gang. I guess this is how he learned to control his temper, though. But in the future, that guy still collected a lot of faces. He needed to die.
Get me out of here, man! This guy's crazy! He said he was gonna make steaks out of me!
See, I wasn't kidding. That guy was totally a serial killer. Guess they're doing more than the heroes. They're just catching up on text messages. We can't show you a lot of the destruction from other cities, but here's some texts about it. Good lord, this movie overuses the 6 years earlier title card about as much as that bird flu movie kept telling me it was Richmond, Virginia. You don't have to keep telling me this. I'm already well aware this was before the Rapture. So the reason he hates Kat is because the smug asshole she brought into the gang turns out to be the one who betrayed them and killed his wife. That's also on you for not realizing right away this smug asshole would turn on you.
Kat. I'm right here, Mom.
And cut the mom shit! And thus the sun set on the evening rider. Ooh, he's gonna get revenge on all the people Charles Bronson forgot to kill! He has the power. Anyway, years later, we can use you as bait to trap Josh. Then we'll be even. Unless she starts getting voices.
Come to me, Catherine.
It's about time Randall Flagg showed up. It does look like they're not that far away from Vegas anyway. Quick, get in! I want to sell you a vest. You know, on second thought, maybe they should get a refund on buying that vest. Let's be honest, if any of us died in front of David A.R. White, we'd also give him the Jesus man. The hell was the point of the Beth character?
It's okay. This is what was supposed to happen.
Really? Jesus was supposed to save you, only for you to die the next day? Seems like a waste of our Lord's time! And I don't need an arc for Frank's vest question.
The best can't save you, Josh. Only God can save you.
No, a vest can save you too, just maybe not the crappy ones Josh is selling. He finds out it was her mission to give him this message that he is humanity's last hero or something. You know, you could have just given him that message yourself instead of sacrificing a teen girl for it. But again, I can't get too mad. It got rid of the annoying sidekick, and now it can be the love story it was intended to be.
He's not gonna stop. Unless I stop him.
But first, chicken with the bikers. Time to pick a side. Remember, Josh has snacks.
He's my father.
That I believe. This may be badass and all, but it's too bad they couldn't afford any Lynyrd Skynyrd. In the game of hammer and car, I think car will always win, unless it's a movie where a hammer causes this to happen.
Well, actually...
This is like watching employees at a Renaissance fair reenact the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. No, you can't kill him. Remember, it's Revelation Road. Oh my god, he knew someone named Martha who had that same necklace. Again, don't kill him. We need him to show up in the next movie. Just drive him nuts with the F word.
Baby, this is your chance to be forgiven.
No! No forgiveness!
And by the F word, I mean forgiveness! It's not surprising that Bosworth is playing a former outlaw on the road to redemption and being born again, considering that's about all I see him play anymore. And hey, I had no idea ghosts were watching the movie along with me.
Come with me
Where are we going?
to the most glorious celebration this universe has ever known.
Heaven is a windowless van, isn't it?
Are my parents there?
Your parents and your grandparents are there.
And lots of candy. Guess they can't have a love story since he's still technically movie married. And now she's gonna ride off in search of her destiny. I sense a mom's night out in the future. Josh doesn't have his car anymore, but he is prepared to collect a mouthful of bugs on his way home to his wife. Miracles do exist in this universe. He rode all the way there and his hair still looks perfect. Oh, what a shock! The woman who only spoke in prayers and premonitions has been raptured. Guess he can still hump her ashes, though. Only one thing left to do: travel up to space and rescue his wife from the aliens. Sure, he could stay home. The violence seems down, there's no more pesky neighbors, the fridge is stocked, and it's nice and warm out. But instead, he's gonna ride off into the stock footage sunset so he can return and be on Church Dome. It'll be a much more mainstream PG-13 chapter where he teams up with a youth group to fight singer-actress Amy Grant, who will play Auntie Envy. I have no idea if that happens in the third movie. Probably not. But someone is gonna get power-fisted! I would groan about there being one movie left, but I can't, because this series is kind of amazing.
Does the day go by when people aren't trying to kill you?
Now that we're in the third and final chapter of the Revelation Road Trilogy, I gotta say, this one had better be the best. You know why? The first two clock in at a solid 90 minutes. This one, a little under 2 hours. I did not watch the first two movies and think to myself, gee, I wish these were 20 minutes longer. This is not the Man with No Name trilogy, and you are not the good, the bad, and the ugly. Be shorter! Maybe they had some catching up to do. The third film takes place 2 years after the events of the previous ones, and while it seems clear the first two were shot simultaneously, for this one, I bet they needed a week break before filming. Sure, it's got the same crew, but David A.R. White had to grow his hair out a little, and the rest of the cast had to roll around in some dog shit for a while. That's why this one was released over a whole year after the second one, in October of 2014. Sure, the second film seemed to end relatively resolved. Hogg and Josh duked it out, and Hogg rode off into the wastelands, finally getting back the change Josh owed him. But in this one, Josh needs to find a shepherd and a town doctor, and it promises to be epic as it introduces this Bible verse the same way a Sin City movie introduces the word fuck. There's no flashbacks to the previous films, but all you need to know about the second one is that there was glass, there was fire, but a disappointing lack of a sea. This town passes the time by reenacting the opening of another third film, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, only with a smaller cast, of course. The town is run by the petty Mr. Drake, hanging people for stealing.
Abner, we've known each other since high school.
Yes, and he's also hanging you for giving him the wrong answers when he wanted to cheat in freshman biology. Let's just call Drake the lieutenant governor. Not really sure why they don't stage a mutiny against Drake. There's only like 20 people in this town. They need Josh's help. Right now he's busy chasing down thieves who steal cinder blocks. He's got his car back, so I guess after swallowing his 50th dragonfly, he thought, I'll find my wrecked car and tape it back together again. They're also stockpiling on bad fire effects. Look, guys, the road between Springfield, Illinois and Mattoon, Illinois is a bare one. You have to race to the death to pass the time. I don't know who she is, but with Josh as our hero, she'll be fine. Or stabbed. He really needs to get better vests. And what's this Black Rider that the title of the movie speaks of? That's not quite what I was envisioning, considering Black Rider could also be the subtitle for a sequel to Coffee and Cream. Boy, I'm doing a terrible job of protecting my teen girl sidekicks. They need a vest like mine. It protects me from bullets and cheap effects.
Get away from that, it's mine!
I am glad this series is walking back its bizarre theme of being anti-bulletproof vest. But the good news is, private airlines are still around, but only if you're a villain. I'm guessing this is either the Antichrist or the head of Vestron Video given his logo tattoo. They want Mr. Drake to catch a supposed criminal called the Shepherd. Josh doesn't have time for this. He put it into Google Maps to drive around exposition. Unfortunately, it took him right into Nooseburg, Texas.
Open the gate.
I like your attitude. Come back tomorrow.
Rudeness will not be tolerated in the apocalypse. Sophia is nice enough to let them in, but considering their strict capital punishment laws, she'd have been doing them a favor by turning them away. In this town, they're greeted with a smile and awkward conversation.
Keep your mind out of our business, get your woman healed, and move on.
She's not my woman. She's 16.
Oddly enough, not illegal in this town because of the pervy mayor. As they prepare to amputate her torso, there's always legends in the wastelands. The shepherd, the stranger, now the roller.
Legends about a man, a roller that helps people? Is that you?
They needed a new roller since unfortunately they found out Jesus did not in fact roll. I'm sensing some trouble.
Oh no.
Oh no is right, car humpers. You get your hands off his automotive wife. Yes, that's cool and all, but just let them have sex with your car. No one needs to die. Alright, looky here. I'll let you off with a strict warning, but if you had stolen food, that'd be immediate execution. Oh crap, Sophia has no means for escape, and by that I mean she has plenty of means for escape. Josh, however, not so much.
Woo! That's my new baby. You treat her right.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna stick my dick in her tailpipe right in front of you. Oh my god, I can't believe she escaped. Anyway, they found Josh's Book of Eli, and they've given him a mission. He must rescue the town doctor, Grace, who is Sophia's mom, and she is currently with the shepherd. Ugh, soap operas are less complicated! And with your frequent executions, there won't be a town left for a doctor. How the hell did this guy become mayor?
You know who I was before this? I worked at the gas station.
Oh, that's how. He had great deals on newspapers and coffee. Josh is set. He's got a map of the shepherd's last location. It's not that they can't find their town doctor, it's just that there's not really a cure for laziness. I know this is filmed around Happy, Texas, but all I can think about are Illinois jokes. To the Chatham Homecoming Carnival! Josh is a very kind hero. He pulls over to help out wounded carts, even when he finds a murdered family of water bottles. He's still gonna need a new sidekick, though.
Hi.
I see someone in that town remembered his birthday.
Hey! Hey!
He's thinking correctly because he will definitely get her killed if he lets her out. Crap, this means they found out she escaped from the world's easiest escape room.
Did you have that car in your sight at all times?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, that's gonna cost you your head. If Josh keeps stopping for these side missions, he's never gonna complete the main story. Yes, I know there's a delicious baby there, but you can pass that up.
You really got me that time, Ellie.
I'm starting to think people in the apocalypse cannot be trusted. How is he gonna get out of this one? By being awesome. Just saying, God's Not Dead would have been way better if more characters got their noses broken. Still didn't stop him from being captured and forced to turn himself into the town's Houdini. They have ways of making Josh talk. First way, make him watch hours of Kevin Sorbo movies, starting, of course, with Revelation Road, The Black Rider. Yes, Sorbo survived God's Not Dead and the Rapture to play his legendary character, Sorbolamite. That's better than what he really is here. He's a man named Honcho, who has a thing for yelling at people who dare question his accent.
It's none of your business where I'm from.
You're from Minnesota! We need to get you out of here. Honcho's on his way to sing you to sleep with Land Down Under. Okay, somebody please save somebody. Hurry, speed up your Houdini training. I'm tired of this whole needing to be rescued dance. Excellent. The table saved you. Sure, they're a long way from Alton, Illinois, but I think they can make it there to rescue their car, and the bowling alley's gotta open back up at some point. Honcho is threatening all of them with his gun and deadly accent.
Touch these wheels on my permission. I will skin you alive and feed you to my pigs.
I miss the authenticity of Steven Seagal's southern accent in The Patriot. There's different kinds of annoyances in each part in the series. The first one had the post-production flashes. The second one had the 6 years earlier title card. This one... the wipes. I know it seems like a good idea to have an endless supply of wipes in the apocalypse, but hoarding is still hoarding. This is why the movie is so long. They have to walk to find the shepherd and talk to every creep they find along the way.
The devil's in my brain. And I can't get him out. I can't get him out.
Don't listen to him. He's just gonna take you to see Colonel Kurtz. I guess it was nice of him to finally convert Charles Manson to Christianity. He's gonna lead a good and decent life now. Congratulations, you're saved! This gang really wants Josh dead. Yes, they keep telling me this was filmed in Texas, but I have a strong feeling they're closer to Nebraska.
Oh, that's all right, dear. It's nice to see your friendly face.
Because if Randall Flagg was in the second movie, that means Mother Abigail is in this one. She is gonna cause a miracle to happen. And by that, I mean letting the villains kill themselves with their own stupidity. But before you start to fully trust this old woman...
The good Lord was the only husband I ever needed.
Damn, fooled again. That's not Mother Abigail at all. It's Pennywise. She actually goes to sit back down and to creepily repeat her dialogue again.
Oh, hello. Do I know you?
It's odd to say this so late in the series, but the Revelation Road movies are getting really weird. I wasn't expecting someone to be saved by the old lady with kittens in her stomach from Hell of the Living Dead. Josh, meanwhile, is saving folks by sending them straight to hell. Sophia does her part too. Now that there's no bad guys left in here, this is the perfect house to comfortably watch 12 hours of In the Heat of the Night reruns. Honcho, by the way, is the scavenger king who rules the county swap meet. It's what you end up with when you get Bartertown on a huge discount.
So you hide behind your walls like the lapdog you are, because we are free men here. Yeah!
Gee, I wonder why he's in Pure Flix's Mad Max and not actual Mad Max. The message here is good, though, such as sometimes people just need a bullet to the head.
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
So what if someone's trying to kill you?
I'm still working on that.
Anyway, now there's a Highway to Heaven marathon on. Let's have a commercial break so Josh and Sophia can enjoy some Michael Landon action.
Wednesday on Highway.
You got some money, don't you? You just made a big mistake, mister.
So did you, Sonny.
Let's get out of here.
When the streets get rough, heaven gets tough. Wednesday.
We've come back at an awkward time. Josh is nervous, hoping to God Kat the biker isn't watching him, waiting to put one between his eyes out of jealousy. Best go to sleep fast before we think too hard about how these two characters have the best romantic chemistry in the whole series. It was somewhere along mile 30 that Sophia felt it appropriate to ask Josh, where does he get his highlights done? Better than the whole, where were you conversation about the Rapture.
And then all of a sudden, this light filled the sky. Then there was this sound, like a...
I know. I saw the first movie. This film does not need to be an hour and 52 minutes long. Especially when a character gets asked this and we already know where he was.
What about you? Where were you on the day?
Ironically, I was watching 9/11 happen on TV. Sophia finally wants to become a born-again Christian. Although if the Rapture didn't already make you religious, I have a feeling nothing will. Sure, they begin reading the Bible together, but then they gave up somewhere around Exodus and just started reading Cormac McCarthy's The Road. Where are they going again?
We're here.
Wow, I've never seen such an epic intro to Petersburg, Illinois. The farmer's market is tight on security this year. That's because you haven't tasted the deliciousness of these radioactive tomatoes. Oh right, he needs his car back, but he's got to take his chances on winning it at the shopping mall giveaway.
Sweetie.
Easy. God is good all the time, asshole. Great, he interrupted Sorbo rubbing his dick with a crocodile skin wallet. Now they're in trouble.
Why'd you have to go bust up my party, huh? I'd have put a bullet in you.
It's my car.
He's the Duke of Peoria, A number 2. Now Josh has to be thrown into a ring to fight. They had to think of something last minute, since Escape from LA took their basketball competition idea. And get ready for the twist. All of these movies have twists.
What do you think of the competition? Can you take it?
Where's your accent?
That's right, his accent was dead the whole time, and that sets up my favorite exchange in the whole movie.
It's just for show. It's pretty good though, right?
Yeah, I guess.
No, it's good.
I need to learn to never doubt Kevin Sorbo. Just when I think he's bad in something, boom, he snaps me right back into it. Or halfway through, someone just said, maybe drop the accent or at least lampshade it. Soon enough, Josh will have bravely defeated all of the citizens of Clinton, Illinois. Again, I know this is Texas. My geographical references are all just very local. It's boss battle, though, as he needs to defeat the LA Beast in a delicious hot dog bites pizza eating competition. His danger sense is tingling. He's the Sherlock Holmes of ramming your face into a pole. I love this guy. They may have escaped, but it is still a movie, so they're leaking gas. Nothing a few extra dead bodies can't stop.
There is always a better way. You taught me that, and it's true. Josh.
Right, when those villains use your intestines to make pasta, you're gonna wish he took that shot. Whoops, that was just a funeral procession. Whew, that would have been very embarrassing, thank you. Actually, they were made invisible by, great, an evil scarecrow. I'm kidding. In all of these movies, there's always a mysterious figure to take you to a magical land. Oh, sweet, a Mormon community! Wow, see, people are much nicer when you don't hang them for jaywalking. We finally meet the shepherd who has this whole community thing down.
I just have a feeling of what I'm supposed to do, and I do it.
See? He grows drugs. Of course he'll write you a prescription for medical marijuana to save your friend. Unfortunately, he's not seeing her mother Grace anywhere, but I'm betting since he can bring plants back to life, he can bring a human being back to life too. He's literally magical. Listen to how wise he is.
I saw the first temple of Jerusalem. It was like I was sitting at the table with Jesus.
Yeah, shrooms will have that kind of effect. Sir, you're rambling. What do you need us to do?
You want me to take you to the Middle East?
No. Just to the coast.
He needs a ride to a shop and save. Will you give him one or not? My God, I thought that scene would never end, and I still think Cap might be in the bushes waiting to shoot me. It's about time he found the tracker, though, considering it's a phone duct tape inside of their car. Oldest trick in the book! I can't believe the obviously evil Drake betrayed them and made this a trap to catch the shepherd.
Oh, will you please shut up?
But I can believe why he still chooses the vest.
Kill anything that moves, starting with him.
That guy, though, he just stuffed his shirt with tinfoil. This sets up for another returning character, the Stranger, or possible Jesus.
I can see them again. Rachel.
And your parents. All you have to do is take my hand.
But again, I think he might be selling hand jobs at the local truck stop. He gives Josh the strength he needs to shrug off those bullets and give some flowers to that guy's family. He's still way dead. Time now for vengeance for the Lord. He's a god who loves canon films.
He ain't slowing down.
Barricades are easy to break when you can't show the crash. This is like a religious John Matrix from the end of Commando. And just as Jesus says, choke them out quietly like you're Jason Voorhees and save the town from bad attitudes.
How is she? She's not good. Whatever you're gonna do, do it fast.
Yeah, dude, I mean, like, come on. God, I'm getting a little impatient over here. They're asking for it. Now they are ready for some bad joshing. Thus saith the Lord, separate thou shoulders like a lamb from its flock. This series rips off everything else. I kinda do wish it ripped off Raiders and just had Josh shoot this guy, although it does have a nice payoff. Matthew 5:19. I have a strong hunch that this mayor is not gonna win re-election next year. I like how Shepard just watches all of this, like, yeah, the more you assholes put bullets in yourselves, the sooner I can get this plane. For a movie that's mainly about a dude finding a doctor to save his friend, there's a little too much plot.
Be sensible. We can make this worth your while.
You're wrong to think you could change the prophecies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about either. All I know is that this man's magic will cure anything.
Is it working?
She's fading.
Why? Why isn't it working?
Crap, they're gonna know that I'm full of shit. Wait, so is the teen sidekick gonna die?
I want to go with you, Lord.
You have a gentle spirit.
How many teen runaways does he need to fit in his van before his cult is full? Anyway, right this way. Do you like chocolate? So basically, she's dead, and Sophia didn't find her mom, making this whole plot and story a total waste of time. But hey, a deal's a deal. We'll drop you off at the first shop and save we pass by. Enjoy your sale on sodas, asshole. While we are nearing the end of this trilogy, it is gonna be sad to say goodbye. Sure, Josh has to say goodbye to Sophia, but we also have to say goodbye to Josh. Wait, is that the Black Rider? Huh, I guess in the last 30 seconds you should bring in the title of the movie. That'll wrap up this whole trilogy nicely.
You're a hard man to find.
See? Wait, Bosworth? Is there still a lot of this movie left?
I'm gonna need your help.
Of course not, because the trilogy ends with a cliffhanger. They put the word beginning in the first part, had most things wrapped up at the end of the second part, so it goes without saying that the end of part 3 would be anything but an actual ending. I'm sure you're thinking, well, that's just setting up for part 4. Maybe, but that movie has yet to be made, with only mere hints that it might happen someday. Wait a minute, they're still following the Mad Max model. See you in over 20 years for part 4. As for the series itself, look folks, I went into this series expecting a David A.R. White ass-kicking movie, and what I got was so much more. It's David A.R. White, Mad Max, Left Behind, Jason Bourne, Escape from New York, all through the eyes of Pure Flix. I don't know why this exists, and I think that means you have an eye infection, but I'm glad this exists. It's a movie series of David A.R. White shooting people in the head for the Lord. And with any luck, we can one day get that 4th chapter. Instead of these other weird religious movies, like this year's Assassin 33 AD, the one where terrorists make a time machine to go back in time to kill Jesus. Wait, what? Well, great. Now this episode is ended on a cliffhanger. See Revelation Road? You see what you made me do?